Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the privilege of hearing from a distinguished scientist whose insights have significantly shaped national science and technology policies. It is my honor to request Professor A.K. Sood, Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, to deliver the special address. Sir, please.
Thank you. Our Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, our Chief Guest Speaker for today, Professor Setu Panchanathan ji, Dr. Kalai Selvi, she is online, Dr. Mahesh, the entire CSIR fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely a great pleasure and a privilege for me to join all of you on this 85th Foundation Day of an institution which is making a big difference in India's S&T ecosystem. My congratulations to the entire CSIR fraternity, to its leadership, and also to Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, who is steering this organization to greater heights. This is perhaps my fourth Foundation Day lecture, if I'm not wrong. And every time I try to see what new I can say, because it's not always easy to tell the learned audience a few thoughts. So I thought this time I'll share for a few minutes in the context of Viksit Bharat, what our Honorable Prime Minister just now spoke. And for Viksit Bharat, what is absolutely essential, and we all realize that, is the technological sovereignty. Without technological sovereignty, we can't have Viksit Bharat and strategic autonomy. These go hand in hand. Now, in this endeavor, CSIR with its 37 labs has a major role to play, and I'm glad to see it is playing a role. So I'll share a few thoughts. I know our Honorable Minister has time constraints, so I will less than 10 minutes, not 1 hour, which they told me. So I'll 10 minutes, I'll just say a few points and then look forward to hear to you. So this technological sovereignty is indeed gaining momentum in the last few years. But before that, we must acknowledge that historically, for decades, India has depended on imported systems, components, and standards across critical sectors such as semiconductors, advanced electronics, and so on. So this reliance on imported technology and components has of course exposed vulnerability in supply chain and limited our strategic autonomy. This is more so in the current geopolitical scene when things are changing very fast and you don't know who are your friends or who are your enemies because that changes very fast. But good news is that in the present leadership, this tide is turning. And for example, we all know that India's digital public infrastructure, which includes Aadhaar, UPI, all that, has demonstrated our ability to architect fundamental technologies that are inclusive. It's a beautiful example of government and private sector playing together in a very holistic manner, making a difference in the lives of common man. And if you look at the numbers, UPI alone, I was just looking at it yesterday, processed almost 14.8 billion transactions worth 25 lakh crores in August 2025. These numbers are truly mind-boggling if you look at what has been achieved by India in the last few years. So I think that DPI is not a technological achievement alone. In fact, it is a blueprint for sovereign innovation model rooted in public purpose. And this is what we need to see how we take it to other sectors. So at the heart of technological sovereignty, we know that there are two fundamental capabilities namely the mastery and access in a reliable manner. Both of them are critical, and mastery refers to ability to use, adapt and innovate technologies across the full spectrum from research and development to deployment and scale up. And access, the second pillar, ensures the availability of critical technologies when needed. And this is the critical thing as the geopolitical scene is changing. So we need to see what is our dependence on external actors or fragile supply chain, and this is what we need to strengthen along with the mastery to define the nation's strategic autonomy. Now, achieving this autonomy requires deliberate decisions on national priorities, sectoral focus and control over technology value chain. And India must independently develop and deploy key technologies in many areas. For example, in semiconductors, AI, clean energy, advanced manufacturing, bioeconomy, and so on. There are another 5 more, I will not elaborate. But this is all we need while actively participating in global standard setting bodies that shape technology governance and market access. So this part is something which India need to focus more on, standard setting. If you look at the world, our neighbor China, that's how they really capture the market, by controlling the standard setting. Whether it is in telecom, whether it is in bio, whether it is in other areas, this is where we need to see how India can play a role in global standard setting. This is more so when we have the 6G coming, and we more so when other technologies are coming, including AI. So in AI, we have a lot more is happening in India, in the world, and this is what we need to see, how India can find a place on the high table which really contributes to the development of AI, deployment of AI, and that too in a safe and reliable manner for the entire society. Now, all this I must again repeat without being misunderstood, that we don't need to produce everything domestically. It does not mean from pin to everything we produce, but what we need is a balanced approach of combining domestic capabilities, which need to increase with time, strategic partnerships and global cooperation to foster innovation, shape and really shape future ready agendas and drive nation building. So these are the journeys from design to prototype is a critical phase in achieving technological sovereignty. I'll repeat on design. What we have been doing India has almost 10 to 15% of the design workforce, mostly in Bangalore and probably Pune. But all those things, what we need to see, India should be able to make the specifications of its own and then design and manufacture. Now, mostly our designs are on somebody else's specifications. This we need to change, because if we take our concepts and design, then we have absolute probability of leading the global innovation cycle. So I think design is very, very important. In electronics, of course, we have seen how it makes a difference. And this is what DLI schemes have come forward. Product nation depends on the design. And this is what has been again rolled out very recently with a very huge outlay, in which our office played a very significant role. So I would not take more time, but to say there are many technologies which are staring at our face. And the most recent one, which is like a huge impetus, is the drone technologies, UAVs, anti-drone technologies, because we have seen how these are making a difference in the recent conflicts. And this is where, again, learning from our experience, again we have a huge import dependence on drones. Majority of the components, almost more than 50% in some sectors, are being imported. And this is where conscious effort has been now made. A new framework is coming. We had in the last few weeks intense debate, discussion, and now production of the components. Assembling was going on quite well, but the assembly of the production of the components, indigenous way, is the one where the focus will be there, and R&D. You need high R&D for really the high-end drones, and this is what will be launched very soon in a holistic manner involving all the stakeholders, national labs, academic institutes, and our all other sectors. So I think I will probably, without taking the time from our Honorable Minister's allocation, I will just say that we need to move on many fronts. Advanced manufacturing is the need of the hour. When you say advanced manufacturing, I mean 5.0, where we will have the combination of AI, robotics, and precision manufacturing. India needs that. Good news is it is happening in some ways, especially the startups have come up, deep tech startups which are doing that. We have the 3D printed rocket engine which has been tested to a good degree. Many things are happening, and when I see this young workforce and all of you who are dedicated to the cause of science and technology, it is really a very good feeling that under the leadership of our Prime Minister and all the support which we are getting, I'm sure we will deliver, and CSIR has a big role to play, which I'm glad to see it is happening, and more translation of R&D to manufacturing to economy building will happen as we move along, and that's when I and R in CSIR will really get merged and they will work together. So industry and research all go hand in hand, and the efforts which our government has done, which is so remarkable, this 1 lakh crore rupees corpus which has been created for private sector R&D. I just want to say it is really a path breaking. We have two instruments, ANRF, which is academia driven, combining with industry. 1 lakh crore RDI corpus, which is in terms of grants and equity, is driven by industry connecting with academia. So these two beautiful combination of these two huge initiatives of this government will make a huge difference in the R&D ecosystem, and we can assure our Honorable Minister that all these efforts which government has done will bear fruits in immediate time, and we really look forward to cooperation and working together with all the stakeholders, academia, industry, government, startups, all of you who will contribute to this vision of Viksit Bharat. Once again, congratulations to CSIR on this 85th Foundation Day, and I wish many more breakthroughs and many more technology transfers from our labs to startups and industry, which will really make India shine. Thank you very much.